because you got crafty? Like, it's like going out to lunch with your buddies. Like,
hold on,
want to go get some snacks?
Let's just pause it right there.
What?
This was one of our kind of tighter budget shoots. Still like a budget, but like we were trying to do a lot, so the budget became tight. Jon not only was acting this day, he was also PA.
Albert Brooks and Meryl Streep.
I don't know. Who's Meryl Streep?
Who's Meryl Streep? That's a great title for a movie right there.
Okay, let's see what this
Great
is.
actor, Meryl Streep.
All right, here's another one of Jon. Ready?
And
here's your debut.
Oh.
Where'd you get the phone?
From Mom. It's a TCL 60X Next Paper 5G. Screen with the paper-like feel that's easy on your eyes. A triple hybrid camera that captures everything from close-ups to wide shots. And sick storage. Already backed up all our old holiday photos.
Well, that's good because now you can capture receipts of your dad's masterpiece. Ooh, should have warned you. The nozzle is jammed on that bag.
All right, so that is Jon, and we just did that.
I've never seen this one.
You never saw that? That's your first time you've seen that?
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I enjoyed it. That was
so
cool.
That commercial, where's my mouse?
I remember eating that frosting and be like, it's not really the thing I would normally eat, but it was so tasty, and I just kept.
Oh, it was good?
Well, in character, you know, you let yourself have your.
This is
it's like a vegan actor eating steak. Yeah, I'll have some frosting a bunch.
This is funny. So this is Jon's most recent work with us. Hey?
Yeah.
It's your recent work.
Look like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Look how good he looks on camera.
I look like I work at Santa's freaking.
Santa's elves.
Santa's elves. Look at my nose. The lighting makes me look like I'm actually Jewish for a second. That's nice. Oh my gosh, look at that.
But anyways, let me get into explaining and breaking down this one. So let's find a good.
Who's the old guy with the green shirt?
So Jon in this series was, and you can definitely see the quality difference between our other stuff and this one. This was a busy day. We had to shoot 6 spots with Jon in one day. That was a long day. We got through it all. Only I think an hour of overtime, so that's pretty good. And Will DP'd it. Looks good. Clearly, we are in California because there is no snow in the background here, if you notice. But anyways, these were a series of spots we did for Black Friday for TCL. And again, we needed a funny comedic relief character for these 5 spots. This was one of the 5. And Jon was playing like the annoying uncle. That was your role, right? It
was the perfect role. This far of my life, I'm like, that was the role for me.
Man, people were loving you on set. People were laughing, thinking you were so funny. So the thing is with this one, I didn't write any of these spots. I just was Tigheland Productions is the one who did it, and then I directed, which was a lot of fun. But this was a challenging one because the punchline in the whole thing kind of like entirely landed on like you here. And like the dad getting this frosting on his face. And so I was like, well, how are we going to do that? And we had to like cut around it, you know what I mean? Cause we were trying to shoot it onto his face and it just wasn't working. It was just weird. And I felt bad for the actor cause we kept like throwing frosting at his face.
He
and
was a good sport.
He was a good sport. It was like just sitting there throwing frosting at his face. And he's just like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, this isn't working, guys. You have to think of something else. Yeah, so I ended up having to pay his dry cleaning for his sweater because the frosting got all in there from us throwing it at his face.
I actually ate the frosting too. Like I'd scrape it off his face and eat it. I was like, I'm Daniel Day-Lewis of this commercial. Eating frosting off
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis. Shefsky Day-Lewis in his house. Well, yeah, that was fun though.
Hey, so this one was tough because the blocking. So here's what we were dealing with. And you can't ever explain yourself to an audience. They only get to see the final result. But I'm taking this time to explain it to you. All right. So what was tough about this is that we had to get so much done in a day that we had to like simplify everything and try and simplify everything into like shots to like how much can we get in limited setups. So you can always create coverage by blowing shots up, or whatever, that kind of stuff. But setups are always the killer on time on set. So I didn't have a lot of time and we were already 2 hours behind schedule at this point. So I was like, okay, we need to really get this thing dialed in. And it was tough because we had to make the blocking simple. So it's like, how much can you really do comedically just from this blocking of just shooting one direction? So it's like, okay, Jon just kind of comes around the corner and then just kind of like scrapes it off his nose and does that at the end. My only thing with this is like, I remember when me and you were talking about it, you kept asking me like, oh, what can I do to make it funnier? I was like, honestly, you're doing a great job with it. It's that I don't have the time to really get into it with you. So was this hard for you, not having that time for me and you to kind of like riff it and kind of work it out? Because sometimes you work it out and you find the funny thing, but then that requires us moving the camera, doing another setup or something that you don't have the time for. So did this feel like a lot of pressure on you because we were already behind schedule and then you had to kind of come in and we just had to make it work?
I feel like that I enjoyed the pressure of that day. I think it was one day, right? That shoot? Yeah. And so it was, again, it was like playing, because I trust you. I know what you're doing. The other actors were great. That girl, like, and her memory skills, I was impressed, because I was like, you got to when she was going over her lines, and I was looking at her remembering the tech name of the product and doing that in character, I was like, I don't envy her. I was like, that's the hardest job to me. That was the hardest job, was her remembering it like that. Dad and uncle, like, we were just like, he's like, oh, I'm just doing this thing. Oh, stuff flew in my face. And I'm like the guy that comes around. It's totally natural for me. Like, you can ask my wife when she's in the kitchen, I'm the guy that comes around and goes like, oh, excuse me there, ma'am. And, you know, nudges her with my elbow and takes a bite of what she's about to put in her mouth, you know? Like, so that was the same thing there. It's just like
her hitting this.
Like being myself.
5G. Screen with the paper-like feel that's easy on your eyes. Triple hybrid camera that captures everything.
You're talking about her hitting that? Yeah, she was incredible.
Like, look at all that dialogue. But like, she crushed that.
But like me and Dad, is like, we got to, I'm sure he's the same way too. Like, we got to be ourselves, like, just like coming in like, oh, looks like you got a little frosting on your face there, buddy. Like, that was fun. That wasn't that hard. There's another one that we did that was like, I didn't fully understand what the true joke was. And I was just like, I guess they'll film it. It's a funny visual gag, you know.
We'll get into it.
But the rest of them, I think, what did we do, 4 that day or something like that? Like,
we had to do 6 or something, 6 or 5 or something.
Like, I got the rest of them, and then like in watching this for the first time, I enjoyed it, and I was like, that's what I would have wanted if I was making that myself from your position. I was like, that was a good commercial. Yeah,
and it. It's one of those things where, like, I know when I work with you on set, I like having the time to like discover the comedic beats or discover something you're not seeing. But like reality is that like, you just never have the time to do it. Like, you just don't. Like,
when you do, it's a bonus. It's awesome. But when you don't, you're like, can you be good? What do they say? Like, if you're like into the Olympics, like, or if you're an athlete, like, you got to be like the best in the world when you're only at like 80% or something like that. When you're like,
oh, really? I never heard
that. There's a quote from a athlete or a coach, and it was like, you have to be so good that when you're only at 80%, you're still the best
dominating
in the world. And it's like, it's the same for us. Like, when we do comedy or act, it's like, oh, you're tired. Oh, you forgot what your best bit or whatever. It's like, well, you still got to be like funnier than just everybody else, even when you're feeling like that.
Like, when you're doing a podcast, you're still the most hilarious guy in the room.
Like we are right now. We together are the most hilarious guy in the room. Megatron. But yeah, you get it.
I get it. That's a good point. Did right here though, when this was the first thing we shot of the day, were you nervous? Because knowing that we were behind schedule, because remember we had to shoot all this stuff with Carissa Thompson before that went a lot longer than we anticipated. So this put all of this behind schedule by 2 hours at this time, and we haven't even started shooting what we were there to shoot yet. So did you, were you nervous?
So for me, a shoot like this, the thing that gets that you want to get in the zone on is like learning your marks and staying in character. And I think that's the funny thing that happens when you have to do a filmed scene, where it's like you're cheating so many things and still you want to just be totally natural. So you're playing, but you're also like, stand here, don't block this person, do this, do that. And also just make it look like you're totally natural, nonchalantly like moving around. And so it takes a couple minutes. That was like a good warm up to get in there and do that. And then, like, honestly, I that day was like one of my favorite shoot days of recent.
Yeah, that was fun. You killed it. I love it.
Yeah, man.
And you guys all did a great job that day, because I definitely wasn't in a good mood at this point.
When you look over, you're like,
I try and be like when I'm under that kind of pressure and we're 2 hours behind schedule and I have to get us back on track, I try my best not to show that I'm really incredibly mad. But what I try and do is that, like, I'm okay with like being hard on the crew, like in the sense of of like, hey, we got to move, stay focused, stay on point. Like, let's go. Like, you know, I'm not giving up on that. But then with the actors, whenever I come over to you guys, I try not to like bring that energy.
I think
like I try
great.
and go over and be like, okay, cool. So, you know, here's where we're going to have you enter. Here's where we're going to walk. Can I just see you do it? And then you do it without in my mind being like, okay, like you're missing your mark. And then like, cause I know what it's like to be on the other side of the camera when like things get tense and then you're trying to act. So it's like the last thing you need is a guy like me coming in with all this weird energy and you're like, okay, cool. I guess I'll just do it. Like, you know what I mean? So I always was trying that day really hard to not every time I interacted with you or the actors to not come in as that like that curmudgeonly.
You didn't.
Yeah. Okay,
you didn't.
good.
No, you're good at that. And you know, I mean, that's part of being a good director is, you know, like, okay, you're not being abusive to your crew. You're not being abusive to your talent. But you're like,
I am stressed.
You're stressed, but I think you're really good at that just in general life. Like that's the job that I
signed up for.
That I'm made to do. Like I'm good at, I can handle the stress. It doesn't come off, you know, I mean, me knowing you, I'll be like, ooh, you might be a little tense, but also,
hey, Roy,
But I try when I feel like the time is right. I mean, like that's how I can tell. Like in any relationship, like if I'm riffing and you're like, we're having a good time, like, okay, he's still down on earth, everything's fine, we'll figure it out. So I don't know. You're good at that. You're good at handling it.
People loved you on set. It was great. And you actually, I forgot to mention, John actually booked this. This is at a time that we
that sounds really bad.
Yeah, you actually had to audition because it's like the reality is that like yes, having a production company and doing commercials and doing that kind of stuff, like I still, you know, like the client still has to approve it and they still want to see the audition tapes. And so it was no guarantee that I could give you the job like it was back in the day. Like back in the day, I could just be like, oh, John, just do it. And then they're like, yeah, great, John will do it. You know what I mean? Because that's where we were at in our careers. But now it's like, there's a lot more cooks in the kitchen that have an opinion on what they want. And you're being paid a lot more money, I guess. And there's more stakes, you know? So anyways, I actually had to like have John like send in an audition tape. I really wish I had that. John sent in an audition tape and it was a strong audition tape and everyone thought that you were the best fit to play this character and you booked it on your own merit.
Oh, so cool.
It wasn't like I was like, book my buddy. It was like, I recommended. I was like, yeah, this is my friend John. He's a hilarious comedian. He can do it 100%. I know he can do it. And they're like, well, let him send in a tape. And that's when I told you, I was like, okay, here, do your tape like this.
I took it seriously. I mean,
you took it. You did take it very seriously.
I studied my stuff like a stranger gave it to me and said, hey man, like here's.
You did it like a real job.
Like a real job. Yeah. So I didn't think like, oh, this
let
is my
that be a lesson to all of you out there. All right. Yeah. Do everything like a real job.
Do it like it was not definitely like not a homeboy network where I was just getting hooked up for oh, you're my friend, so you can do it. I was like, Here's the sides. Go over this stuff. Figure this out.
You came in with all your lines memorized.
Oh, I was
the
so
guy
excited.
was off book. There was no dropping of a line. He didn't need someone off camera whispering the lines in his ear.
Line. Line.
He didn't say it once.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Oh man! And you did. Speaking of which, you are. This is why you're such a good dad, such a good friend. You are really good at that. Because after I booked it, you remember when you called me? You're like, "Hey, just so you know, like I didn't get you this job. Like you booked it. You be proud of yourself, man. Like it totally. It was exactly what my sensitive little teddy bear self needed. Where I was just like, really? Like, oh, thanks, man. You're like, you booked it on your own. Yours was not the only tape. I sent in yours and some other friends.
Yeah, there's a lot of people audition.
So you were competing with other professionals. It was not like, hey, here's my friend, and like make sure you give him a job, which is also great when you have any kind of
also great if you can pull that off. Always do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't want that. Keep that going too. but like to like let me know like you didn't get that as a favor. Like come in and you told me, he's like, and by the way, like make sure you're off book and knock it out of the park. And I was like, yeah, I already was. But thank you. But yeah,
and then the whole crew was cracking up the entire time. Everyone loved John. It was great.
Feeling. Oh my God.
Yeah, the client, everyone was laughing off camera.
Oh God,
it was great. Good. No, that's true. You like it. You did book it on your own merit and your own skill. It was great, and you came in like a pro, and you executed like a pro. But hey, anytime you can hook your buddy up, always hook your buddy up. If you can avoid the audition process, do it.
Hashtag time to pump.
I did feel kind of bad. That's why I was like, before I called you, I was like, all right, well, I hope this doesn't like offend him. I knew it wouldn't, but it's still like, okay, like I wish I had the power to be like, you're doing it. I don't. So I was kind of a little bit nervous because I was like, well, I want him to do it. I want him to get it. But at the same time, like, I'm not the gatekeeper of that. Yeah. So I had to be like, hey, you know, audition, but there's other people that are going to be auditioning. But I do think that this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Turned out I was right.
Turned out I was right.
All right, let's go to the next one. Where is it? Let me find it. We're talking this. Look at this.
He's a double clicker, this guy. I'm a space bar. He's a double clicker.
Yeah, I've been double clicking since I was a toddler.
I was born double clicking.
Oh, this is my, I think, my second favorite one.
That's how I've missed you.
Yeah,
Where
this is good.
my-
Look how beautiful that looks. Will did a good job.
Wow. This next paper, 11 Plus, it's like the best of both worlds. Full color tablet for streaming and ink paper mode for reading books. I just got to the part where Cynthia handles the captain's oar. Oh yeah, it's getting steamy.
Oh yeah, it's getting steamy. All right,
steamy.
let me start this one off because this one I'm
It's like the
very
best
proud
both
of.
worlds.
Whoa, hold on, let me pause it.
Oh, dude, you're making me miss Christmas right now.
I know we should be
feeling
putting
it.
this out at Christmas.
I know. It's about to be summer
All
right
right,
now.
here we go. So this is exactly how I envisioned it. I was like, knowing you, knowing what I had in my mind, and going back to subtleness of comedy, which I love. I love people who can just emote and be hilarious without having to like move. It's like all coming out of their eyes. It's all coming out of their mind. Like literally that's my favorite comedy is like,
Yep.
they don't have to like do anything. Not even necessarily like witty dialogue has to happen. It's just like, you just know this person's emoting something hilarious. You know what I mean? Is emoting a real word?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know why I said yeah so confidently right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your voice went up, so that's what made you like, oh, I don't know.
Guaranteed.
Anyways, but so this commercial came out exactly how I thought it would have, which wasn't how it was written. So it was originally written like totally different, more setups. And again, we were behind schedule and I was trying to catch us up. And again, the whole day I was behind the 8-ball. So I had to like in the moment rethink, like, how am I going to still hit all these beats, make it better, and have to do it in less setups? So I had to like really be on it that day. And plus this was actually one of our smaller budgets. I didn't have as many hands to help move. So we were always like, the crew did an amazing job on this actually. Will's crew was incredible. It looks incredible. And they busted their ass. But anyways, long story. So this scene, when it was written, I was like, okay, we have to eliminate setups to make it simple. And then when you do eliminate setups, you have a chance to put that same energy into just fewer shots and it looks beautiful. Like Will did a great job. So like that was always how I had it. I was like, because I don't think nobody could verbally understand my joke until I started explaining it to you on set. Yeah. The slurping. That's what it started with, like behind the tree, and what is telling the camera to pan to left or to come out from behind the tree is your slurping. So like to me, like I'm like, that's the funniest thing ever. You're just like, and then the camera reveals annoying guy.
Annoying uncle.
Yeah, annoying uncle. Here I am. So that I always thought was like that I'm really happy with the way that came out. And then
I remember drinking like room temperature. It was like the cocoa mix, but it's just in like tap water.
Yeah.
So like slurping it, but it's like very weird.
Oh, yeah,
It wasn't hot. And
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, people have done worse for scenes, but I was like just like room temperature, like with the powder in it.
Sorry, I am listening.
That's my slurp.
I keep losing my mouse. It's hard.
He lost his mouse.
Okay, here it's
Get
back.
the man his
Okay,
mouse.
so this right here, this is the reverse I was talking about. Like she comes in. So like I always thought this was nice. Like we enter in, right? Like it's like she's looking around. The opening line, I get it. The the client really liked that line, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. She's just kind of talking to herself, setting the mood. Sets it up very nicely. But I love how we reveal you. Is this like he's slurping, he's annoying. And then this part, if you listen, these are like the little details that I added in post. I think Adam edited this one, but this is what I told him to do. Listen.
Wow. Wow. This next paper.
So you hear that? It's the leather. Like that's the kind of stuff that like I love. Is like, so she, as you're slurping, she leans over and you hear that leather creak. It's like everything I just want it to feel like this is awkward and creaky, and there's weird sounds. There's slurping, there's leather.
The tension of the leather being like,
yeah, and it's like, it's all just, tight, the sound of leather, like,
yeah, oh yeah,
it's getting tight. So John was, or it was an editorial thing where, we went, where was it? This was the editorial note that right here. Yeah, that's what it was. So this right here, I originally wanted it edited where like we reveal you and then we use the same effect on her where then we come off the tree to reveal her. And because I was like kind of looking at it as like like POV, but I wasn't intending it for it to be like that. I just thought it would be funny that it's like she sees John, then, we reveal her. And Adam actually talked me out of it. Adam Tyree, producer, editor extraordinaire.
He's just a great filmmaker in general. That guy can do every part of filmmaking great too.
Yeah, he's great. We're going to get him on the show one day.
He's freaking awesome.
He's done every one of these commercials. But he's the one who talked me out of it because he was just saying, no, just have it locked off and she leans in and then we can cut back to the close-up. And I had a cut where we had that in there and then what we do around here every time to determine like when you're in the editing room and you're trying to figure out what beat or what cut you want to go with. Cause sometimes like people don't know this out there, but like the audience doesn't know why something feels weird. They just know it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's our job to know why it felt weird or to know why it worked. You know what I mean? So anyways, Adam had his cut like this and then I had my cut like a certain way and, we played it for a couple people here at the studio. That's kind of like one of our rules is like, okay, let's just put it up and play it and get people's feedback. And what we're always looking for is that authentic reaction. The hardest part is from filmmaker people because they'll start trying to break it down where it's like, no, all I'm just looking for is how it hit you. And so we always put it up and then that's how we'll do the judge. Me and Adam will watch and we'll be like, okay, what did you think? And they'll be like, I don't know, that one just, it felt like it had a little bit of a faster pace or that one just felt better. And that's always we always want to ask like, well, which one did you like? And then they'll be like, we'll play it again. Then we'll play it again. And then they'll be like, we only let them do it maximum of 2 times. We won't let them keep playing it because then they're trying to figure out what you're doing. Yeah. Play it 2 times max. And then they'll be like, I just kind of like that one. It felt a little bit better. And then it's like, okay, cool. And then they'll be like, why? And we're like, oh, because like this one had this additional cut. And then they'll go, oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Well, actually now let me see that one again. You're like, nope. You gave us the answer. Yeah. You
gotta buy a ticket.
You confirmed it. So Adam's editing passed the test. He was correct. And this was the correct edit. We reveal you, she leans in, and then we cut into your close up and then you go into your monologue, which by the way, that was a lot of dialogue for you, bud. How did you feel about that?
I had a blast with it.
You didn't drop any lines. How did you do it? How did you prepare?
For me, like anybody,
this was the most dialogue on day for you.
Was it?
But
Okay.
you had 6 scenes of dialogue, so you had at least like 10 pages of dialogue to do in that day.
So,
right.
Yeah,
so this one was a little bit more complicated.
It was tech specs in this one, right? Or what? Yeah.
It was, but it was a lot of dialogue with comedy beats of you expressing the book and kind of what the tablet is and all that.
I just like for me, just like anything, I like to practice like in not necessarily isolation, but focus. So I just have to let myself.
So how do you memorize the lines? What's your process?
I literally will go read through them and like imagine the scene, how I see it. And,
so how do you like?
Even if
how
it
do you
changes,
actually memorize the word? Do you just sit in a closet in the dark?
Oh, I'll read it and then record me reading it and then listen to it while I go on a bike ride. Listen to it. I like to go on a walk or on a drive, and I'll be like.
So you'll record your lines on a phone.
Dude, I've made songs. I've made songs with lines before too. To remember, like Frank Zappa style, like 70s, like do, like with a beat and a rhythm and a setup and a punch.
Yeah.
And then like listen to it over and over again as a song, and then be like, I know the line. And then if someone like you, if a director says like, all right, try it like this, at least I know the line. I basically have been trying to get on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if there's still a chance, but just knowing my lines and my beats in my own head, but then like I can interchange it after I know it. It's just like stand up. It's like if I have the joke memorized, then it's like, let's try it this way. And it's not scary because I'm like, I know where it goes.
So you'll just like, you'll make songs to help memorize lines. You'll listen to your lines to memorize it.
Oh yeah, I go to town because I'm a weird learner. I don't know what to say. I used to say condescending to myself that I'm a slow learner, but I'm just a weird learner.
Okay.
And so like expecting like I'll just learn like everyone else learns. It's like it's not going to happen that way. So I just give myself the grace to know like just do these things and take a bath in this food. You know, like take a bath in this like whatever the scene is. Take a bath in this like. Interaction, you know? So I'm like reading it, imagining it, going back, reading it again, listening to it, giving myself a break, doing other stuff. Then
so do you like read one line and then
like
try and remember that one line? Like, do you read like the first line, then just be like, okay, that line's remembered. Now the next line, I have it remembered.
Yeah, I can do that, but like sometimes it's like I'll learn it, see if I memorize it, and then be like, all right, let's like I'll tell myself in my head like, go. Where does it start? And I'll be like, I don't remember the first few words of this thing, and I'll be like, okay, time to go back to the beginning and get the launch part where you're like, what's the first sentence in there? And I do the same things with jokes sometimes.
So you're trying to find a rhythm.
Trying to find a rhythm and like trying to find like an entry point. Just of remembering like what you wrote or what the writer wrote or what the person who gave it to me. Even when I write my own stuff, like a stand-up joke, I'll be like,
"Oh, okay."
I know the gist.
You're trying to find the launch pad into the rest of the dialogue.
What's the setup that I even liked? And if I can't remember that, I'll be like, well, then I don't know it well enough. If I don't know, like, man, the part where I'm like, what's the first 6 words about? Oh, I really love my wife. She's a so and so. You know, it's like if I can't remember that the next day when I'm like, I'm going to do that new bit I wrote, then I'm like, well, you don't know it that well if you don't know the first line you wrote, which is, yeah, I really love my wife. She's a so and so. You know, it's like. So I just trying to, like I said, marinate, take a bath in like whatever the scene is by like just going back to it. And it can be annoying for people that are around me because like, you know, with family and being like, I'm studying for this commercial. Leave me alone. You know?
You're like Tobias.
Yeah, you're the kid from Arrested Development. Oh, totally. Like, I am an actor, a thespian, milady. I am a never nude. And I do cry in the shower quite a bit. No, I think it's really...
Did Liz help you with the lines? Your wife? Does anyone help you with the lines?
I think I made her, but like we got 2 young kids too, so it's like it's not like we're just chilling. I could be like, hey, go over these lines with me. You know, she's like,
we're all met in acting class. Like that's not playing.
No, that's
funny.
Yeah, I think it just for me, it's just like go over it a bunch, enjoy imagining it, like visualize the scene, and then try to do it. But for me, it's just time. So that's when it's weird when something's like you have no time, and here you go, just memorize it. It's like my brain doesn't work that way. Like, so I have to have the lines the night before or 2 nights before. And, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The more time to prepare is better, but you did it. You obviously had to memorize these ones very quickly and we were changing them last minute on you.
Yeah.
But we knew you were the man for the job because worst comes to worst, John will just improvise.
That's right. I got the slurping part.
So did you and the other actors on set, like, did you and her run through this a bunch of times before you guys came into the scene?
I don't remember.
Like because I remember you guys were all hanging out in the backyard.
Yeah.
Did you guys were you guys like running your lines when you knew your scene was up next?
I don't remember because this one I don't think we had time to.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember actually like going over lines together much, but we might have. We had a great time hanging out. I mean, like that's
you guys were having a blast.
I love being on set with people. Like making friends on set is like so because you got crafty. Like it's like going out to lunch with your buddies. Like
hold on,
want to go get some snack?
Let's just pause it right there.
What?
This was one of our kind of tighter budget shoots. Still like a budget, but like we were trying to do a lot, so the budget became tight. John not only was acting this day, he was also PA.
Not that day, but the day before.
The day before, John was driving around doing pickups in all the trucks.
In a giant truck.
Yeah, in a giant truck, giant 5-ton, driving around LA, picking up the camera, picking up Crafty, picking up the lights, picking up all the gear we needed in his truck, in a 5-ton truck we had for him. He's driving around. Then he comes to set, helps unload all of it, set up Crafty, and then he had to go into wardrobe and change and start becoming an actor. And then there was times during this stuff that I'd be like, John, I need your help over here. And you'd have to like, okay, hold on, Roy, I'll help you move this.
Nick, our sound mixer was like, when I got to set that day, like he's like, hey, John, can you grab some blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, I'll be right back. And then I was like in the makeup chair and he came in, he's like, oh, you're acting today. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm sorry about that. Like, I totally thought that you
yeah.
But I loved it because hanging out with them, they were like complimenting some of the stuff. Like, dude, this Crafty's awesome. Like, they were eating like, there was some certain cookies I got whenever. They're like, no one ever gets these. I was like, yep.
That was
Can I
John.
tell you? I got them. They're like, what do you mean? Because I love to tell this to other comics and actors where you're just like, have you ever been a lead on something and been the PA the day before? Like it's a fun story to tell. Like,
oh, dude, we were blessed to have you.
It was so fun, dude.
Like the fact that you were PAing and then you were coming on set and acting the next day, and then at the beginning of the day, legitimately PAing, and then at the end of the day, you were helping PA too. You were helping rap and do all that. That is really funny that at the crafty table that you were sitting around with the actors, and at the same time you were like, yeah, I'm the one who like did all this, dude.
No, who got these? I got these like double chocolate like cookie things, and I was like, dude, this craft table's awesome. I was like, that was me, and they thought I was riffing because obviously I'm constantly riffing, and I was like, no, seriously, that was me. They're like, what do you mean? I remember the dad was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, I PA like I
PA'd and I'm acting.
I PA'd yesterday and today. Yeah,
so
dude,
good.
So fun, dude.
Man, it was so hilarious. We had so much to do that day with like such a tight crew, and the fact that you were doing both is such a classic story.
So great.
Well, I think we should pick this up and do more of this later. But I will say I do love the ending before we go of the note that I gave you is like you're really playing into it. You're really centralizing it. 'Cause remember I got you to go too far with it, and Mike, our client at the time, was like, okay, you too far. And like for me, I'm like, no, I'd rather do that. I'd rather have everything go way too far, and then they go too far. Okay, cool. Let's start pulling it back.
Of course.
Because it's the hardest when you're trying to like, no, go. And they're like, people can't reach it. But let's watch the ending because it was funny. Let me go back. Oh, wait. When you're like, here, we'll do this.
It's like the best of both worlds. Full color tablet for streaming and ink paper mode for reading books. I just got to the part where Cynthia handles the captain's oar. Oh yeah, it's getting steamy.
It's so good because you're like, oh yeah, it's getting steamy. Yeah. And then you start drinking your mug. See, I love the line. It's like, for reading books. Like I was having you take that line so far. You're like, for reading books. And then they're like, yeah, like he's taking it too far. I'm like, it's funny. It didn't make the edit because I know they didn't want it because I have other takes of you doing that way bigger. It's like, because it's a next paper tablet for reading books. And I was like, I thought it was funny to keep having you get bigger, but I get why they were feeling it was getting too cartoony.
But even
director's cut.
But for being a clean commercial, dude, it was pretty funny that he handles the captain's oar. I was like, that's pretty heavy, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So. And just at the end, the way it ends. So I was really happy with this one. This is exactly how I was really excited about shooting this one. As tight as our day was, I was really excited from the moment I got the script to actually shoot it. I knew exactly how I wanted to shoot it. And I was like, man, I'm so excited to shoot this one. Because I knew that like using the tree to your benefit is always just like a classic move, right? Like you're utilizing the tree to like reveal the guy who's going to be the annoying guy. You can use it to kind of cover her up in that way where she's got to see past it. There's subliminally, there's something in the way between her and her objective. You know what I mean? And then at the end, you get to kind of play with it again where you get to bookend it because it's about a book, right? The tablet's replacing a book. And then you bookend it with the same shot going back. And I was like, and back to the slurping. So for me, I was just like, that's all makes perfect sense. And I was really excited about shooting it. And Will did a fantastic job. Like, look at this shot. Yeah. Look how good that looks. It's amazing. We got a big TV in here too that we're all looking at right now. But yeah, it really does. He really did a great job. This scene looks amazing. And like, dude, we're putting the camera up and moving quick. Like we shot this scene out in under an hour. Like it was just like, boom, up, light it, go, go, go. And it was like, you had to be on your dialogue. We didn't give you a lot of takes. We only did like 4 takes of you and then 4 takes of her, which is like, I get it in TV, it's fast like that. But in commercials, like clients have notes, things start getting finessed. They start trying this, different options for that.
No rehearsals or anything like that.
No rehearsals, you know? So like I said, it's like this scene came out great for something that we didn't have a lot of time on, and it looks great. And like Will's crew, like Eli and his crew, man, they're so fast when they are lighting. Like Eli always has everything set up, our gaffer, like just ready to move, like boom, boom, boom. And it's just like, okay, we're moving. It's like he can get there so quickly.
Yeah, just get out of their way and let them just move fast.
Exactly. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. All right, cool.